It's been a little minute since I did a video, and I have about 20 minutes before I have to head into an appointment. But I think I left off the last time with how he was, doing the whole verbal stupidness and the name calling and the slander and the trying to poison my reputation, if you will. But the big thing for me, before I say that, none of that mattered to me, right? Because, hi, I'm from New York. How you doing? And so I feel like if you're not going to say it to my face, you're not really saying it to me. Like, because if you're talking about me behind my back, then you're really part of my fan club. That's how I feel. Right? And that's kind of what I'm teaching my daughter, who's in that, mean girl phase with people and everybody's talking about people. It's like, girl, when you become topic of conversation, you're good. Don't worry about it. My grandma always said, when they stop talking, then you worry. But anywho, none of that mattered to me, because for me, it was like that Chrisette Michele song, say what you want to say. Say it's me. Say it's my fault. Say what you want. Say what you want. Just say it's over. Is it over? Are we done? Okay, good. Because feel how you feel. Emote how you need to. Vent how you need to. Be set free. Caw-caw. Whatever it is. Caw-caw. Be set free. Anywho, but on a serious note, my issues came when they would say things to my children about me, in front of my children about me. Call me names in front of my children. Okay, so I'll probably have to fix that because I got to call in between. But yeah, so that was my issue with the person. I've had police called to my home because they said that I wasn't answering their phone calls. I call it harassment. I've had other people in my family harassed because if I didn't answer his call, or if I didn't answer his question quick enough, he would include other people in messages just because he wanted an answer. Mind you, not life and death, not like a timely situation, but I asked you a question, I need you to answer. I called your phone, I need you to answer. Mind you, I am not divorced. Divorced. Like, I'll get back to you when I get back to you. But going back to the meat and potatoes of this video, that was the part for me that kind of was like, we're probably not going to come back from this, because once you start speaking ill about someone to the other parent, then it's just like you're involving the kids in things that they don't need to be involved in, which is why my older two, they do not communicate with him. They do not desire to communicate with him. They avoid him like the plague. My children will never disrespect you like anybody, that's not how they're raised. I let them know you can say hello and you don't have to say anything else, and that's what they choose to do. That's it. If the person speaks to my kids will respond, but that is the extent of the conversation. That is the extent of the exchange, and that's it. I had my then 5 and 6 year olds come and tell me that I had derogatory names in his phone. Like, my name was something derogatory, or the picture was something derogatory. Oh, it's like snowing outside. You guys are coming along with this Midwest journey with me. But yeah, like, I would call, and instead of saying, hey, your mom's on the phone, it was like, Kiana's calling. But this was like clearly after, things were going on. I had to correct him several times. Like, hey, do not call me so-and-so. I am mom, and that is all they will know me as. I have had him Like I would call and like on Duo or even on the phone, like video, Duo is the video, or even on the phone, and he would like interrupt the phone calls, interrupt the phone conversations and talk to them or take them away and, you know, distract them with something else while I'm on the phone. I've hung out in his pocket for a few minutes. So like if I called and they were getting on the bus or something, it would be like a quick, here's your mom, say good morning, say goodbye kind of thing. And then he would interject in the conversation. Or he would put me in his pocket and wouldn't hang up the phone for minutes. And like I have guys. But yeah, I think, oh, that's what it was on the last piece of the video. I mentioned when he had the police call to my home because I would not answer his phone call. And he said he did a wellness check at my house because I would not answer his phone call. Mind you, I just traveled back from Illinois to North Carolina to bring everybody, you know, home for whatever that agreed time was. And I think I didn't tell him that we made it back safely, but I called like on the road. It was like an 12 hour ride. At some point on the road, he spoke to them, but I didn't let him know that we made it back safely. Mind you, I think this was one of those times where, that was the time where it was like, yeah, the respect is out the door. Well, I was called a schmore. I was called a schmore in front of my small children because, you know, I started dating and I'd moved on, and I guess at that point I was just a schmore to them. Mind you, reminder, we had lived peacefully in harmony for several months before they found out that I was interested in like dating or whatever. Then that's when, you know, they went through phone records and you've been talking to these people or this person, I think it was. I don't recall if it was these people or just a fixation on this one person at the time. Talking to this person, and you must have been. No. This is probably the reason. No, just come to terms with the reason why I divorced. The person was because of the person. And either what was going on or a whole lot of stuff that wasn't going on. And I really felt like for those couple of years that I was attached to that person, I really felt like I was living in a glass case. And I was taken out when I was needed. Oop, I need you here for this picture. Oop, I need you here for this meeting. Oop, I need you here for this event. After the first year, it was like, who are you? Not even after the first year, because I was pregnant when some stuff came up, and I was like, are we still talking about this? Like, is this now a big thing? But we'll get into that later. But yeah, I remember being called a whole bunch of stuff in front of the kids and hearing it from people. He even tried on the phone several times, but my boundary was, if you raise your voice at me or if you call me anything that is not my name, I'm going to end this conversation. I'm going to cease this communication. So I've had to hang up plenty of times. I have had to silence that person's notifications because they would, after I would hang up, they would text me a whole bunch of craziness, paragraphs, and just stupidness. Bunch of insults saying you're this and I can't stand the sound of your voice. Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way, but if it's not about the kids, I don't desire to communicate with you. That was 4 years ago. Gosh, it's now, wow, today is November 20th. So how many years ago? 4 years ago I moved. 4 years ago is when this stuff hit the fan. I moved to North Carolina temporarily on November 17th of 2020. After I was told, if you don't leave my house, I'm gonna kill you in here. But thank God for God, huh? I made it. We made it. And look what God done did in all these years. Look what God done did. He is a keeper. Come on here, somebody. Come on here.